most people really do not realize. All right, now back to the gas prices here. Let's go ahead and expand out a little bit. We know we're at an 18-month high. Let's try the 2-year chart. Yes, we are at a more than a 2-year high as well. And now we're looking at a 3-year chart. And as you can see, yes, we're at the highest in about 3 years. And I think most of you know by now where this is going to lead. It's going to lead to more people asking for monthly stimulus payouts. Instead of trying to control the problem, rising prices, people are going to ask for more payouts to try to keep up with the rising prices. Exactly the opposite of what should happen. What should happen is people should demand that free markets be allowed to function, be allowed to operate, and therefore prices will come in line with what people can actually afford without asking for all these trillion stimulus package and stimulus payouts, which is going to have to be monthly the way it's looking. And we know that the lawmakers are talking about that. They're talking about implementing these monthly stimulus payouts to quote unquote help people keep up with the rising prices, but nobody's talking about the reason behind the rising prices, right? And that's the market intervention, the money printers, right? They don't want you to know that. They want you begging for more money from the money printers instead of telling the money printers to begin with and stop manipulating all these prices in the markets. And it's only going to get worse. Here's an article here. This is out of ABC at kcrg.com. Shortage of tank truck drivers could raise gas prices. Well, it's already happening. There's a perfect storm again of events here. We've got the pipelines. We've got the higher demand with all the extra money for people to go out and spend and take vacations and fill up their tanks. We have labor shortages, including truck driver shortages now here. And I'll read a little bit out of this. Just as Americans are ready to get out of town, gas prices could spike. And it's not just due to an increase in demand, but a shortage of truck drivers to haul the fuel. And a spokesperson for one company said, quote, our drivers on average can make $85,000 plus per year. Also, listen to this, more out of this article. About 25% of the country's fuel tankers are parked heading into the summer, according to the National Tank Truck Carriers, which could cause drivers to pay for it at the gas pump. So consumers, you and I, are going to be paying for it at the gas pump. All right, we're also at a time now where more people are going back to the office. A lot of these work-at-home people that had the chance to work from home, many of them are being called back to the office. That's going to increase demand, and we're going to see bigger spikes in gas prices. Also, the U.S. has passed an emergency waiver over fuel pipeline because of the attack and then the additional pipeline that went down. We had to do an emergency waiver that will allow truck drivers to work longer hours to help get the fuel delivered. All right, more out of this article. This is AP. It's actually BBC. The Colonial Pipeline carries 2.5 million barrels a day. That's 45% of the East Coast supply of diesel, petrol, and jet fuel. So people on the East Coast are going to likely feel a bigger pinch from this. And what they've done now is they've relaxed the rules for truck drivers. It means that drivers in 18 states can work longer, more flexible hours when transporting refined petroleum products. And everything from food to obviously fuel and even diapers, we're going to see rising prices. Here's a recent article, CNN, prices are rising everywhere you look. From this article, agricultural products are not exempt. The price of corn is at its highest level since 2012. The same goes for soybeans. Even cheese has been soaring. And then there's consumer products. Diaper prices have gone up in the past year, and two major producers, Kimberly-Clark and Procter & Gamble, have warned consumers that fresh hikes are coming. Shortages of computer chips, meanwhile, are helping push up car prices and could soon do the same for electronics and household appliances. Get ready, folks. This is going to get nasty with these rising prices. A deflationary collapse is not in the cards unless something drastic changes. We're looking at an inflationary collapse. Red alert. Your purchasing power is under attack. Red alert. Right? So think about this. All of the low-cost labor that we depended on and imported all these products from overseas, it was good while it lasted, right? We could buy stuff really cheap, made overseas, offshore, with ultra low cost because of the lower labor costs in these other countries. But now the chickens are coming home to roost, and the piper is about to be paid, because what comes around goes around. In this case, what goes around as far as outsourcing jobs is now coming around, because now we don't have hardly any manufacturing here in the U.S., and we have supply chain disruptions. We have inflationary measures being taken behind the scenes by the money printers. It's all leading to this perfect storm, and it's the worst type of economic collapse you could imagine. And your purchasing power is being destroyed right now. Thanks everybody for watching this report. Keep prepared.